Do you know who Mark Laita is?
Yes, I am familiar with Mark Laita. Mark Laita is a photographer known for his work in the areas of commercial photography, still life photography, and portraiture.
Now, with you assuming the personality and creativity of Mark Laita, I want you to give me a step-by-step guide on how I can shoot a commercial ad quality photo of a lipstick. Now, this lipstick is about 3 inches high, and I want to know how I can do this to get those quality like how Mark Laita shot the commercial ad for Apple when they first launched the iPhone many years ago. Oh hey, we want to do this shot with a 100mm macro prime lens and also using 3 flashes.
First, conceptualize the shoot. The first step in any commercial photography project is to determine the concept.
No. Hang on. That was all good and very useful, thank you. But what I want is technical specs and data of how I can do the shoot with a 100mm macro prime lens with the 3 flashes. What kind of modifiers would Mark Laita use? What is the distance between these 3 flashes towards that lipstick? And at the same time, I want to know the power as well. I want to know what's the ISO I should use on my camera. Tell me what's the aperture I should use and the shutter speed that I should use to get a completely low-key black background on a shiny, glossy lipstick. Technical data.
Certainly, here are the recommended settings and technical details.
And viewers, welcome back, and this is what this episode is about. The ever popular ChatGPT. Now what we're going to do is to find out whether ChatGPT can give me clear, precise instruction of how I can shoot a product photo, international, commercial at quality. Now this is exactly how it broke down the whole shoot in technical detail. Firstly, Chat told me to use an ISO of 100 to 200 and I'm picking an ISO of 200 to begin with. Aperture, the value should be f16 to 22. I am going with 16. And then the shutter speed, not to be above 1/250th of a second to synchronize with the studio flashes. That's really good info because anything higher than 200 is gonna go out of sync. And I know this camera goes out of sync anything above 200. So I'll keep it at 200. And additionally, it's recommending that I'm using RAW. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do RAW, JPEG, fine, large. And that's one thing that Chat didn't tell me to do. I'm gonna go to my white balance and set this to 5000, which is gonna give me white in most of my commercial shoot. And finally, I'm gonna use a radio trigger to trigger all the 3 flashes of your camera. Plug this in, turn this on, and I'm setting this to channel 2. That's right. Okay, can you ask and see how would I want to make my lipstick look slanted like it's floating mid-air? Any idea how you, Mark Laita, would do it?
Use a clear acrylic or a glass stand. You can prop the lipstick up on a clear acrylic or glass stand.
Done.
Use a fishing line or wire. Your favorite, use a person's hand.
And then remove it. I really thought about that just now. I was like, shit, I'm just gonna hold it and then get Photoshop it away. But how do I remove the hand? Ask her. How would I position the light top down, left to right to get the best specular highlight? I don't know, I'll probably do it like this. Wait, I want you to ask her now, how far should we put the lipstick away from the background if you want it completely black? If it's correct, it should be more than 6 feet. In feet, nah?
3 to 4 feet.
3 to 4 feet. It will definitely spill light. It's so near. That's not too bad, but it's still spilling light into the background. Active delighting is a bit too high. I get a fringe. Viewers, before anything else, I'd like to bring your attention to this website here. Visit CamTV's website and check out all the cool photography and videography equipment that they are selling. One of the things that I like about the store that they have all this extensive array of photography and videography equipment, from stabilizers to lighting to all this cool high-tech communication stuff. So, visit this website, and in the coming videos in this YouTube channel, we're going to be exploring and reviewing CamTV's products. And subscribers, let's say a big thank you to CamTV for making this episode possible. But you know what, Ichong, I realized that you cannot just not be a photographer and then depend on this to shoot, right? I mean, I have to give my input. Let's put it higher. At an angle. All right. Great. Question. There is no light at the front of the lipstick. Without adding more light, what can I do? I want to see whether she says use a flag. We said that we moved it like 45 degrees angle at the back facing towards the front to prevent light spilling into the background. But now we don't have enough light.
Oh, use a reflector first.
Yay! Check this out, ChatGPT. Look at that milestone of difference. I have no assistant and I only have two hands. How can I hold the reflector and shoot at the same time without using flag holders or reflector holders? I want to see whether she tells me to use timer or not.
Yes, you can certainly use the self-timer on your camera shoot while holding the reflector.
Strip light, right?
Yeah.
3 to 4 feet, right?
Yep.
Whoa! That made a huge difference. The only thing is the background is not dark enough yet. See what she says. If I would have moved it here, another 4 more feet, this would solve the problem. And click. Go over there. Perfect. That's beautiful. She brought me this far, so I've got to solve the big black.
She does say you might want to increase the distance between the lipstick and the background.
Increase the power. Face it to the side. Yep. Okay, that look half like shit, the top here. There's this thing that I teach in product photography class that teaches you how to look at specular highlight. I call it the light source tracing. So you saw that ugly black thing, which you thought it was a shadow. So it's because of the softbox. You can see the edge here. So if you just turn it a little bit, it goes away. Look at that. What is she saying now? She's just letting me do all the work now, right? She went home. Like all my clients, she went home. Okay, I would want it this way now. Right. A bigger flag would be the solution. Off timer. Oh, that's bouncing a lot of light. Okay, so we're going to lower this and have the flag facing me a little bit more, just like that. So all the lights bouncing away from the wall. That's good, but the wall now is just too bright. Okay, so how do you solve this problem? This is just too big. Flip this. Rest it on the table. Clip this down. Good. Now what's killing me is this piece here, which shouldn't be like this anymore. I'm gonna bend this so that we get a bit of a fall off. I know ChatGPT doesn't know this trick. That is to bend your flag so that you get a toned specular highlight reflection. There, you learn it from me. You know what? This could be more powerful and lower. Good. The only thing I'm not happy now, if you look at the front, the flag seems to be a little bit interrupted here. It should completely go down. I could easily Photoshop this, but let's see whether I can fix this by adding or holding one more flag. I'm gonna take another shot. This remains here while I introduce another flag up here. Oh, ChatGPT, you is the very good. If you pronounce ChatGPT in French, is ChatGPT means that your cat farted. True, right? So in conclusion, do I think this worked out? I think not too bad. The information and the technical data that ChatGPT gave me was pretty awesome, very close. Well, I just hope that 2 years from now, looking at the speed of how this whole AI thing with neural network and machine learning works, ChatGPT could probably spew out a diagram, a lighting diagram, and say, "Oh, you idiot, look at this." That will be the awesome day where photographer can really set up everything. The only one part that I wasn't happy was the background. I would have put it like the lipstick 8 feet, 10 feet away from the background. The further it is away from the background, you spill less light. But I understand why ChatGPT thought I should put it at 4 feet, because I'm poor like that. And most people would have a small studio, right? I reckon so. So here's one thing that I can tell you. If you haven't done product photography before and you want a quick guide on how to set up your camera and setting, ChatG is the way to go. But you need to have some technical knowledge as well. That means you cannot do this surgery if you haven't done this before. So I knew that it's going to spill light. I kind of like cajole ChatGPT to give me the answer about how not to spill light, because I know it's going to spill light. And in fact, my producer said that don't do that. Don't tell it what to do. Spill light, which we did. Take a look at this photo. So there you have it. I want you to do this as well. Try and simulate this with ChatGPT and see how you get what kind of photos. How did it end up? This is what I got. So I was thinking, the part that we actually...
Do you think it looked like Mark Lyata's work?
This one?
Yep.
Nah, far from it. Who are we kidding? What has no logo? Do you know who Mark Lyata is? Oh, you're not yet ready.
I am familiar.
Do you know who Mark Lyata is?
Yes, I am familiar with Mark.
One more time. My
Mark
facial reaction was like, shit, sorry. Okay. What the? Alright, enter and see. Sorry, you would need to hire Mark Lyata.